Welcome to this video where I will be rebuilding this Solex 26FV carburetor from the Petrol AS powered air compressor. This was originally meant to be a quick clean out and get going video, but it became a bit of an ordeal, like most things in the workshop, hence the name, and turned into a 6-part series. I have no special knowledge or skills when it comes to carburetors. I will just be using common sense, I hope. In this part, I will be completely stripping the carburetor ready for the rebuild. If this doesn't appeal to you, you can skip to the next parts where I will start work proper on the restoration, or the parts after that where I make new parts, and the last part where I test it. So here we have it removed from the engine. Already it is noticed that the fasteners are a strange mix of BSW and AF, and even metric. This may be as it's British made but a French company. 3/8 AF fits here. Removing the petrol manifold, if that's the correct term for a single cylinder engine. And a rather interestingly shaped exhaust. This is for the fuel inlet banjo. Note the limited movement on the throttle butterfly. These carbs were used on cars, so it doesn't need to open much on a 3 horsepower stationary engine. You may be able to tell that it took a while to remove this cotter pin. A 10mm spanner was the best fit for these bolts. This hole is open and lets dirt into the float chamber. The bolt must have been made from 10mm square stock, pre-war. Staining left by the fuel overflow. The float valve is free. Research suggests these are not meant to have a gasket. The float is empty, so hopefully not leaking. Pretty bad, seen worse. Using this drain plug may help to keep the bowl clean. And again, the mixture of fastener sizes is confusing. More tools required. appears to be 5/8. This is Whitworth. What are these parts called? The nearest metric deep socket will have to do, with no Whitworth deep sockets available. This part has the main jet in it. This is the auxiliary jet. Presumably it's a mixture trim. The auxiliary needle, and this bit. It turns, but it's not coming out. This was not meant to be a complete strip initially, so the decision was made to leave it. This tube must come out so that the flat surface can be cleaned. It's quite heavy. It must be a zinc alloy. To get the stuck valve out without damage, a bronze rod is used to push while unscrewing. Turning. Still turning. Right, I'll come back to that. These parts rock against this ground flat block. This means they won't seal, hence the gasket. Off camera, another attempt was made to remove the valve, and it just sort of fell out. What is it? You can see why it just kept turning, then fell out. OBA appears to be what it should be, but it's tight. M6 actually fits better. This is strange for a British-made item of the period. This is clearly not correct, and a new one will have to be made out of this in part 3, as no new parts seem to be available. An air filter will also be fitted and a tickler button made to cover this hole. The choke butterfly may as well be removed, as it's the only part left on this casting, and it's filthy. Looks a little bent. Eventually. It's all very dirty, so the throttle body will be stripped too. This cotter pin was not locked. Interesting nut. The spring wasn't even connected. On some carburetors, these screws are split and bent open, so they can't come undone. They aren't here. back to Whitworth spanners. This video will be useful for reassembly. This piece of scrap aluminium pushes the butterfly out without damage. Strangely shaped butterfly. Shaft looks okay. It should be noted which way round it went. There are copper alloy bushes cast into the zinc. Very nice. That's completely stripped. Next video the castings will be reconditioned. Thanks for watching and bye!